Welcome to Story Planet, where we bring you relaxing tales to help you unwind. Tonight's story is Letters of Treasure, Replies from Lillian, Part 2. If you haven't heard Part 1, Letters from James, you may want to listen to that first, as these are Lillian's replies. You can click the info card on the screen in the top right corner or follow the link in the description to discover the first half of this heartfelt journey. Of course, you're welcome to continue here if you'd like, but if you prefer to start with James's letters, the option is there for you. Now, in this continuation, we will gently explore the replies from Lillian, completing the story of love that carried them through distance. So, settle in, get cozy, and allow yourself to be carried away into a world filled with love, nostalgia, and cherished memories. Now, let's begin. Helen found herself back in the attic, drawn by the memory of her father's letters she had discovered last time. The words, full of longing and love, had revealed a deep connection between her parents that she had never fully understood before. As she sorted through more of the old boxes and trinkets, Helen found something else. A second box, smaller but equally worn. Inside, tied with a delicate ribbon, were more letters, but this time they were from her mother. With trembling hands, Helen opened the first letter. These were Lillian's replies to the letters her father, James, had written while he was away. Now, she would get to see both sides of their love story, pieced together in a conversation that had spanned years. Helen unfolded the first letter, already feeling the weight of the emotions it carried. Letter 1. Reply to James's first letter.
My dearest James, I received your letter just as the sun was setting, casting a soft, golden light through the windows. It's only been a week, but I feel the weight of each passing day without you, just as you do. The house feels quieter, emptier, like it's waiting for your return. Even though it's filled with the warmth of the fire in the evenings, it's your presence I miss most. I think of you often, imagining you walking through those bustling streets you described, surrounded by people, yet somehow feeling just as alone as I do here. It's strange how time can feel so different when we're apart. What feels like a lifetime is only a handful of days. I long for those simple moments too, James. The times when we didn't need to speak, when just being together was enough to make the world feel whole. I sit by the fire most nights, trying to recapture the feeling of those quiet evenings. It's as though you're still here with me, your laughter echoing in the corners of the room. I can almost feel your hand in mine, the warmth of your touch still lingering. I hold on to those memories, knowing that soon enough we'll have them again. Your letters mean the world to me, James. Every word reminds me that no matter the distance, our love is strong enough to span the miles between us. You are my heart, too, and you always will be. Until we're together again, I'll keep reading your letters and dreaming of the day when you return. Yours forever, Lillian.
Helen smiled as she placed the letter down. It was a perfect reply to the first letter her father had written, filled with the same longing, the same hope that distance would never diminish their love. She reached for the next letter, eager to continue this exchange. Letter 2. Reply to James's second letter.
My dearest James, Your letter painted such a vivid picture that I could almost see the house you described. I imagined it just as you said, perched on the hill, wild and beautiful, with the roses and lavender weaving themselves into the stone. It feels so right, doesn't it? As if it's waiting for us, for the life we've dreamed of building together. I can see myself there, just as you imagined, sitting quietly in the garden, with the warmth of the sun on my face and a book in my hands, feeling peaceful and content because you are near. I think of our future often, James. Every day that passes, I picture it more clearly. The home will fill with laughter and love. The memories we'll create with every moment we share. The thought of our children running through the grass, their laughter mixing with the breeze and the birds, makes me smile. Though these dreams are not yet real, they feel closer with every letter you write. It's as though, with each word, you're laying down another stone in the path that leads us to that future. And I hold on to these dreams, just as you do, knowing that we will make them real when you come home. I look forward to that day when we will walk through our garden together, hand in hand, and turn all the dreams we've carried into the life we'll live side by side. Until then, I'll keep your words close to my heart, feeling them breathe life into our future. Yours always, Lillian.
Helen's heart swelled as she read her mother's reply. Her parents had shared more than just a love. They had shared dreams, and those dreams were what sustained them during their time apart. Helen could see how much her mother believed in the future they were building together. Reply 3.
My dearest James, your words echo everything I've been feeling too. The days seem to stretch endlessly without you here, and the quiet moments of the evening are the hardest. Like you, I thought perhaps time and distance might ease the longing, but instead, they have only deepened it. Every day without you feels incomplete, as if the world has lost some of its brightness. I understand that ache you speak of. It has been my constant companion as well. No matter how busy I keep myself, no matter how many distractions I find, there is always that lingering sense of emptiness, reminding me that you're not here. The house feels different without you, and even the things that used to bring me comfort seem quieter, dulled by the absence of your presence. But I hold on to the thought of you, James. The image of your smile, the sound of your laughter, the warmth of your hand in mine. They are what carry me through each day. I dream of the moment when we can be together again, when we'll no longer need these letters to feel connected. I imagine you walking through the door, and all the waiting will be worth it. Until that day comes, know that you are in my heart always. Your letters bring me such comfort, and even though we are miles apart, your love feels as close as ever. I carry you with me in every breath, every thought. And though the ache of missing you may never fade, it's a reminder of just how deeply I love you. With all my love, Lillian.
Helen could almost feel her mother's heartache in the words she had written. It was clear that their love had grown stronger with each passing day, even as they were apart. She unfolded the next letter, eager to see how her mother had replied to her father's growing sense of longing. Reply 4.
My dearest James, your letter touched me deeply, and though this separation has been hard on both of us, I want you to know that I believe in you with all my heart, just as I always have. The distance feels heavy at times, and there are moments when the weight of it presses down on me too. But in those moments, I think of you, and it gives me the strength I need to keep going. I've always seen your strength, James, even in the quietest of moments, and it is that strength that carries me through these long days. But remember, you don't have to be strong all the time. It's okay to feel the burden of this separation, to feel the exhaustion and the longing. What matters is that we're enduring it together, even if we're miles apart. You are my anchor as well, and the thought of our future, of the life we'll build when this is behind us, gives me hope. I picture us in that peaceful life we've dreamed of, full of love and simple joys, a life that is ours alone to create. And that thought keeps me going, just as I know it does for you. I look forward to the day when you walk through the door, and the distance will be nothing but a memory. Until then, I'll continue to believe in you, in us, and in the future we'll share. Every day brings us closer to that life, and to the moment when I can see your smile again. And in that moment, everything will feel right once more. With all my love, Lillian.
Helen could see the strength her mother had drawn from her father's words. Even though the distance was hard, they had found a way to stay connected, to remind each other that their love was worth fighting for. She reached for the next letter, feeling the anticipation building. Reply 5.
My dearest James, reading your letter today filled me with such warmth and comfort. Just knowing that my words can bring you even a fraction of the joy that your letters bring me means everything. In these long days of waiting, your letters are my sunlight too, brightening the moments when the distance feels overwhelming and reminding me that even though we are apart, we are walking through this together. I think of you every day, imagining you reading my letters, just as I sit here with yours, holding them close. There's something so powerful in knowing that even though miles separate us, our thoughts and hearts are still so deeply intertwined. Your strength, your hope, it shines through in every word you write, and it strengthens me too. I hold on to the thought of our reunion, of that moment when you'll walk through the door and all the waiting will be over. I can see it so clearly, James. I can picture us standing there with everything we've been through behind us and our future stretching out before us. Your letters are my lifeline as well, carrying me through the hardest days and reminding me that soon, very soon, we'll be together again. Until then, I'll keep writing, holding on to our love and knowing that it's strong enough to carry us through any distance. With all my love, Lillian.
Helen's heart swelled as she read her mother's words. There was a quiet strength in them, a belief that love could carry them through anything. She carefully unfolded the next letter, knowing the reunion was drawing near. Reply 6.
My dearest James, I can feel it too. The sense that this long separation is finally coming to an end. The days may be growing shorter, but the anticipation of seeing you again makes each one feel brighter, filled with the hope of our reunion. I find myself counting down alongside you, feeling the moments slip by as the thought of having you home again fills my heart with warmth. I imagine that first moment when you walk through the door, and I'll be waiting, just as I have been, with open arms and a heart that has missed you more than words can say. The love we share will make everything feel whole again. I know that once you're here, every moment will be a gift, something to treasure after all these months of distance. Your letters have been my guiding light too, James. In the quietest and loneliest of days, your words brought me peace and reminded me that this separation would not last forever. And now, as the time draws near, I hold those letters even closer, knowing that soon they will be replaced by the real thing, by you, standing before me. We've made it through the distance, through the longing, and now we're so close to the life we've been dreaming of. Soon, all this will feel like a memory, and we'll have nothing but time to cherish each other and the love that carried us through. I can't wait for that moment, James, when you're finally home. With all my love, Lillian.
Helen felt the anticipation building in her mother's words. The end of the separation was near, and soon they would be reunited. She could almost see her mother standing by the door, waiting for her father to come home. Reply 7.
My dearest James, the thought of you being on your way home fills me with so much joy I can hardly contain it. Knowing that soon I'll be able to hold you in my arms again is everything I've been waiting for. These months apart have been difficult, but your love has carried me through. I can't wait to see your face and hear your voice in person, not through letters, but in the warmth of our home. Soon, we'll have no more need for letters, only time together. I love you more than words can say, and I'll be waiting for you. Yours forever, Lillian.
Helen's heart swelled as she imagined the reunion that must have followed. Her parents had been apart for so long, but their love had remained strong. She reached for the next letter, knowing the story was nearing its conclusion. Reply 8.
My dearest James, a year together as husband and wife, and I still feel like the luckiest woman in the world. Every moment with you is precious, and it's the small things that I hold closest to my heart. The way you smile at me, the way your presence brings peace, even on the hardest days. Life may not always be perfect, but having you beside me makes everything easier to face. You've shown me what true love is, and I feel so blessed to walk this journey with you. I love you more with each passing day, and I always will. Yours always, Lillian.
Helen felt tears prick her eyes as she imagined the joy her parents must have felt in those early years of their marriage. Their love had only grown stronger with time, and now they were living out the dreams they had shared in their letters. Reply 9.
My dearest James, I can hardly believe how close we are to starting this new chapter together. The thought of our little one arriving fills me with so much joy and anticipation. I know we'll be wonderful parents because the love we share is already the foundation for the life we're about to create. I'm ready for all the challenges and beautiful moments ahead, and there's no one I'd rather walk this path with than you. You've made me the happiest woman, and I know our child will feel the same warmth and love you've given me. Yours forever, Lillian.
Helen smiled through her tears imagining her parents preparing for her arrival. Their love had only deepened with time, and now they were about to embark on a new adventure together. Reply 10.
My dearest James, as I sit here reflecting, I feel the same gratitude for the life we've built together. It hasn't always been easy, but our love has been the constant thread that has carried us through every joy and every challenge. You have been my strength, my comfort, and my greatest joy as well. I look at our children and see pieces of us in them, the love, the resilience, and the lessons we've passed down. I, too, hope they find a love as true as ours, one that grows deeper with each passing year. Our love will always be part of their lives, not just in these letters, but in the home and memories we've created together. Thank you, James, for making this life so beautiful. I love you more than words can express, and that love only grows stronger with time. With all my heart, Lillian.
Helen placed the letter down, her heart full of gratitude and wonder. The letters from her father had revealed so much, but now, reading her mother's replies, the picture of their love felt complete. Her parents' bond wasn't just something that had withstood the test of time. It was something that had blossomed with each passing year, deepened by both joy and hardship. Through her mother's tender words, Helen could feel the strength and quiet devotion that had been the foundation of their life together. It was as though she had been given a window into a world she hadn't fully understood before, a world built on love, patience, and the small moments that mattered most. Each letter, like a thread, wove together the story of a marriage full of warmth and unwavering dedication. Her parents had shared not only their happiest moments, but also their fears and doubts, supporting each other in ways that Helen had never known. The letters were a testament to a love that had grown through the years, a love that lived on in the home they had built and the children they had raised. Helen could see it now, how their love had shaped her life too, even in ways she hadn't realized. As the sun began to set outside, casting a soft glow through the attic window, Helen felt a deep sense of peace. The stories in these letters were not just her parents' legacy. They were a reminder that true love is not about grand gestures, but about enduring together, holding on through every storm and celebrating the smallest of joys. With a soft sigh, she closed the box of letters, feeling their love wrap around her like a comforting embrace. The past felt alive again, not just in memory, but in the love that had always been there, guiding her. With her heart full, Helen smiled, ready to carry that love forward into her own life. Thank you for joining Story Planet on this heartfelt journey through letters of treasure. If this story has touched you, you may consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with loved ones, and subscribing for more peaceful tales to unwind your evenings. Sweet dreams.